my fellow comic book collectors, it's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and this is part 3 of this unboxing, and it's a pretty good little haul in this one. I'm going to show you these books. The first one actually is one that you might want to be on the lookout for. It was originally priced at $0, but it goes for a lot more now, because it is a really cool first appearance. And it is Inspector Gadget. This is the very first appearance of Inspector Gadget in comics. It was one of these free comic book day editions, and finding it is actually quite hard. There was actually an earlier French comic that had Inspector Gadget, but this is the first American appearance of Inspector Gadget. So kind of a cool one if you were a fan of the show like I was. Yeah, so Inspector Gadget. I was going to sing the song, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to torture you. So, but Inspector Gadget is awesome. Okay, so next one is one that I just picked up because somebody, one of the people I not work with, but one of the people that I've been buying comics through, he had this massive collection, and he always asks me if I'd be interested in certain books. And one of the books that he had was this one, but he wanted more than what I was willing to pay. I managed to find it in an eBay auction, and nobody bid on it, and I got it for cheap. I got it for $20, and it's Madhouse #1. And I thought it was kind of cool. It kind of reminds me of Animal House in a weird way, with all the people kind of hanging out. If you know the cover for the movie, or the poster, I should say, this has that feel to it. I don't know. So this is Madhouse #1. So just kind of a cool one. Lots of fun things happening on it. So yeah, so just a nice little golden age book. Okay, we're going to go to more of a modern, well, this is not modern, but Silver Age. I like a title called Bob Hope. Bob Hope, Adventures of Bob Hope, actually, is the full title. This is a really under-the-radar title, in a way. It's got a lot of great covers. If you like Good Girl, check out Bob Hope. Bob Hope and Abbott and Costello. And there's one other one, Laurel and Hardy. Also, for some reason, these people that did comedy, they have a whole bunch of, Jerry Lewis is another one. They all have these kind of Good Girl art covers. And I thought this one was just a really, really nice one, with these kind of sci-fi space girls. What are they? Earthman, anyone? It's like, maybe they're on Venus or something. I don't know. So yeah, just a really great one. This is Bob Hope, Adventures of Bob Hope #70. Okay, next one is some pre-code horror. And this one I've always liked. I just thought it was such a striking, kind of crazy cover. It's Worlds of Fear #3. I got a really good deal on this one, actually, so I was quite happy. Just a really great cover, I thought. It's this weird, crazy mask with these super sharp teeth. You got a zombie in the background. You got, I think this maybe some grave diggers or some like archaeologists or something in the foreground. Maybe there's a voodoo curse or something. I don't know. It's just a really cool one. So it says, screaming, invoking tales of the supernatural. But just a really great copy. It actually presents really well. Yeah, I'm actually, it's higher grade than I thought it would be. I think it was like it was really low price. That's actually usually a pretty expensive book. Okay, this next one is a lot that I bought from this one guy. And I was trying to work out a deal with him where I was going to buy like about 10 books from the guy. And he wouldn't do it. He just wouldn't, he didn't want to, bundle a bunch of books and give me a better price. So, but he did say he would let me bundle 2 and get a better price. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll take these 2. These 2 out of like maybe 20 books that he had that I was interested in. I don't know, it was a bunch that I was interested in. But these 2 are the best 2 of the ones that he had. And they're both Blue Beetles. I always thought when I first saw this cover, and I maybe only glimpsed it or something, I always thought this cover was something different than what it is. And I'll explain once I show it to you. These are both Blue Beetles. So it's Blue Beetle was a title that, for some reason, I don't know why, but they moved away from showing Blue Beetle on the covers, and they went to these kind of Good Girl art covers. And the Good Girl art run or series of books are just amazing, like really great covers. And I thought this was one of my favorite ones. Now, at first, when I saw this cover, I mistakenly thought these were train tracks. Like, it looks like, the tracks. Okay? And I thought that she was being tied to the train tracks. And I always liked that trope. I was, the guy with the twirly mustache and, the girls attached to the train tracks. I always thought that was a cool trope. So when I first saw this, I thought it was a train track, but it isn't. It's a beach towel. And this girl is, I guess, sitting at the beach. She got her shoe off and she's just sort of sitting there. And you got this guy, he's strangling her. He's actually got a scarf or something, and he's strangling her from behind. So I just think it's a really interesting cover. I really like these Good Girl art covers. This is one that, I probably overpaid. It's not that high of a grade. It's probably like a 0.5 or 1.0 kind of level. You can see lots of damage along that spine right there. But I probably overpaid a bit. It wasn't like super expensive. It wasn't like thousands of dollars or anything like that. It was more like $100 to $200 range. But I think I might have overpaid a bit for it. But I really do like this cover. The next one, and it was also similar price, and also in pretty rough shape, a little bit better condition though, is another Blue Beetle. And I don't know what issue numbers they are, so but they're in that 50s range of issue number. I always like this one. Steven, my partner in crime on Mondays, he showed this cover a bunch of times. And actually, even before he showed it on my channel, I saw it on his wall. I was like, oh, that's a really great cover. And I always wanted to get a copy, but always in the hundreds of dollars. Even low-grade copies were in the hundreds of dollars, like usually 500 up kind of level. And so when I got this, and they're both around that $100 to $200 range, I thought, hey, it's a good price. Even though it's low grade, it's a good price. So these were both by Fox Featured Syndicate, and they were done by, this one was done by Jack Kamen, I believe. So yeah, just a really great one. I like these ones, these Good Girl ones. I'm trying to get the whole run of Blue Beetle Good Girl art covers. So I really like them. I just think they're really great. This is a bit of a headlight cover too. Blue Beetle, beware. Black lace is her name. Murder is her business. So first appearance of Black Lace, maybe. Okay. I'm going to show one more Fox book. I believe this is either, I don't know who did this one. I'm just looking at the art style. It's either Matt Baker or Jack Kamen. So this is Rula, Jungle Goddess, number, again, I have no idea. Another series that I'm trying to get the complete run of. I think I'm only missing either have it complete now with this, or I'm missing one issue. I'm not sure. But it's really close to completing this run. There's not that many, like about 20 books in the run. It was sort of a mixture of, I think it was, before it was Rula, it was Zoot, I think was the name of the title, and then it became Rula. I think it only ran 20, I want to say 27 or 28 issues. Maybe I might be wrong in terms of issue number. But yeah, but I just really like these. Jungle Girl covers and Fox was pretty awesome. Like the interior is actually quite good. Usually just over the top violence and gore and just scantily clad ladies. So just a fun series. So that's Rula, Jungle Goddess. And this one I picked up. Actually, I was really frustrated with this one, but this next book, I was doing a show and somebody just put a comment out asking if Matt Baker had ever done any work for Fiction House on the cover. So in issue of Jumbo Comics number 69, actually Matt Baker makes his first artist appearance in comics. That was his very first time that he did any artwork for a comic book, was in Jumbo 69. And he did Sky Girl, and he did a lot of work on interiors for Fiction House. But the question was, did he ever do a cover? Well, he did one cover, one cover for the entire series of Fiction House books, and it was this one. I actually had to look it up, and I found it. It's this one from 1949. I don't know why they put a sticker on it, but they did. This is Jumbo Comics number 121. And this is Matt Baker cover. And I confirmed it a bunch of times because at first it didn't quite look like Matt Baker. But I confirmed that it is indeed Matt Baker cover. It's accredited to him. So this is only time that Matt Baker did Fiction House cover. So yeah. So Jumbo Comics number 121. And the reason I was frustrated with this one, just so you know, was when we did the show, there was actually one copy that was on eBay, and I went over to pick it up, and just as I was about to buy it, somebody else bought it. It just disappeared literally out of my cart, and I know I say that a lot, but it seems to happen a lot. So it was really frustrating. Somebody bought it right out of my cart. So yeah, I was a little bit upset about that. So I ended up finding, it was a really nice copy too. It was like a 5.5 graded copy. And so I ended up getting this copy, which was a raw copy. It was much cheaper, but I would have rather had that little bit higher grade one. Still, this one presents well. It's like probably a VG, or maybe a VG plus book. So presents well, actually. It's really quite nice. Okay, this next one doesn't present as well as the picture looked. I'm a little bit disappointed by it because it doesn't present as well as the picture showed. But I always thought this was such a weird, wonky cover, and it's very cheap. This is another. If you ever want to find cheap Golden Age books, this is one of those cheap Golden Age books, like $20 kind of level. This is Super Duper Comics, and I'm not even sure what issue number is. Number 8. And I always thought this was a weird cover. And the reason I kind of even knew about this book, because it's not one that most people would even know about, is if you look at Super Duper Comics number 6 and 7, I believe, those 2 issues, they have a character that's on the cover that looks exactly like Homer Simpson. You have to see it to see what I'm talking about. So I picked up those issues before, and in the process of searching, I saw this one. I always thought this one was weird. It's got this kind of Bismarck-like character and this weird crook guy. I don't know. It's just such a weird cover. And this little dog. I don't know. It's just such a weird cover that it kind of spoke to me, and I felt like I had to get it. I don't even know what this guy's doing. It's going like this. I don't know what it is. It's a weird cover. I just had to get it for some reason, and it wasn't expensive, so why not? But it looked better in the pictures. I'm a little bit disappointed. It looks a little stained in this one. In real life. Okay, next one is another one that was very affordable. It is the Marvel Family, number 60. And I just happened to come across this one. It wasn't expensive at all. Again, Marvel Family, fairly inexpensive. I thought this was a really great cover, though, with Mary Marvel. I think I paid $30 for this one. It's a little rough. It has like you can see like the piece missing right there. But not a bad cover. I think it's a cool presenting cover. Okay, and the money-making mystery. Okay, this next one. Actually, I have a bunch of big books in here. I'm surprised. Okay, I'm going to save that one for last because it's a big book. But it is a cool one. This one I have to rebag this one. This next one. It's like the bag is just toast. I'm just looking at the bag. It's like got pieces hanging off. It's ripped over here. I'm going to have to rebag this one. But it's a really cool one. So I actually just randomly encountered this title. There was some other book that I picked up that had a really cool cover in it. And then I don't know what I was searching for, but I was searching for something. I think Zombie Tramp. It was like Zombie Tramp or something like that. Totally not related to this book. And I saw this book. And I'm like, oh, that's a really cool cover. Just this really great zombie. And, you know, it's Ken Shannon, which is kind of like a detective one. But there's a zombie. I thought it was really cool. Thought it was a really cool cover. It wasn't expensive again. I kind of lucked out on this one. I think it was like an auction and I just won it where nobody really put out strong bids. And I thought it was a really cool cover. Just look at the way the zombie is done. It's really well done. I mean, this is really strong cover. So Ken Shannon, number 3. Okay, this next one I actually didn't think I was going to get. This one got lost. And what happened was when people send things to my Stackry account, which is basically my mail forwarding company, what happens is if they don't put my unit number, what ends up happening is it goes, even though it has my name on it, it will just go to, like they have like a lost and found kind of section. I don't know what you call it, but it's like a section where all the comics that they don't know where they go. It's like it's a big warehouse for all the ones that are not assigned to a locker. And if it stays there long enough, you lose it altogether. So what happened was the guy sent this, didn't give me tracking, and I couldn't find it. I was like, where is this book? So what I did was I actually called Stackry. I actually asked the guy, give me the tracking number, called Stackry and said, hey, here's the tracking number. Do you have this book? I don't know. It shows it is being delivered. But what happened to it? It's not, I never got it in my box. And they said it was in this section where they put all the stuff that they're not sure where it goes. And it was a really cool book. And I got it for a great deal. So I was quite happy. This is Life with Archie, a number, I don't know what number it is, but it's a it's a really cool one. I like it. I like historical things, and this is like the North and the South. Well, the North and the South. I just think it's really cool, and you can see if you're a Veronica fan, she's on the right side. Okay, just so you know. But I always feel like Betty would be a Southern Belle. I don't know. Yeah, I just think it's a great cover. I got it for $10. I was like, wow, that's a great deal for such a cool looking book. I just think it's really cool. You got Reggie on Confederate side as well. Where's Jughead? Oh, that's Jughead actually. Sorry, Jughead's on the Confederate side. I don't know where Reggie is, but oh well. So yeah, was that almost looks? No, that's Reggie. That is Reggie. No, that's Jughead. Okay, it was like it looked like Jughead. It's hard to tell. I'm one of those people that needs context. And he actually says Jug, so that's why I know that's Jughead. But I need to see his little crown thing, or I feel like it could be Reggie or one of the other characters. Yeah, just a cool book. I like it. Okay. A few more things to show actually. How are we doing for time? Okay, I'll show these last few books, and then we'll probably have to wrap it up. Oof, this one's all taped together. Okay, so these are some cool books. I just thought this was a great cover, and another one I got for cheap. It's Diary Confessions, number 11. And I'm not sure who did the cover. I looked it up. Doesn't say. Actually, I one time thought it was Matt Baker just by the style, but it it doesn't contribute to him. It's from 1955. Just a really cool, very end of the Golden Age into the Silver Age. It's early Comic Code Authority because you can tell it's one of the larger stamps. So just a really cool one. I thought this was a really great Good Girl art cover. Diary Confessions number 11. And I got from the same guy, he also had this one. I thought this was a really, just a really cool Forbidden Worlds. This is Forbidden Worlds number 33. And it's this Swamp Bride, where she looks like half crocodile or something like that, and like, you know, blonde hair. What does it say? Oh no, tell me it's a dream. Strange things happen deep in the swampland, but stranger than a story of a woman's weird secret and a killer alligator that appeared from nowhere. Read Bride of the Swamp. So, you know, this is what a lot of people find out on you know, once you get married. You know, your bride just happens to be a swamp lady. Well, this is that situation. You know, it happens a lot. So definitely a cool book. I just like it. Okay. Owie. Aye. Okay, one more book. And this is the big book from this lot. Lots of great stuff, but this one is a big book. It's a little bit more rough than I thought. It actually looked better in the pictures. But it's a little rougher than I thought. But it's still a book that I got for a great price. I have to say, I got a really great price on this book. This is Superman, number 64, I believe, or 61. It's a great Good Girl art cover. And you got, like, these are all Lois Lane. So, does Superman prefer Lois Lane as a blonde, brunette, redhead? See inside. Now, that is cool. That is a cool element about this book, but that's not the key significance about this book. This is actually the very first time kryptonite is mentioned in a story. So, you know, to me, kryptonite is its own character. It's so interconnected with Superman that we just associate Superman with kryptonite. It's like Popeye and spinach. It's like Batman and Robin. It's such a, you know, thing that you always associate with Superman. It's like Thor and his hammer. You know, it's just whatever. You know, Superman. It's kryptonite. You know, what is his kryptonite? It's such a known thing, and just to have its first appearance. This is the first appearance of kryptonite in Superman. So kind of a cool book, and one of those under the radar keys that a lot of people might not pick up on. So always look for this cover with the 3 versions of Lois Lane. And that's it for this part. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. There's some more really cool comics coming up. And thanks again for watching. Bye for now.